I don't care if you're trying to be a software developer, software tester, QA, QE, data scientist. I don't care. As long as you're trying to be in the tech world, it's important you learn how to code. And today, we're going to break down very simply how I will learn a code if I had to start over right now. If you're new to the channel, my name is The Test Lead, and I make content to help you on your software testing and development journey. Today's topic is breaking down a realistic guide to learning how to code. I will end the video with a timeline for you to kind of guide yourself and gauge against your learning practices. This doesn't require a super expensive boot camp or any other funds. This will all be a free method for learning because I know not everybody could afford certain resources. Resources can help you, but it shouldn't stop you from learning these important things. Now, after being long-winded, let's actually get started. First off, I would pick a programming language. The language you start with actually does matter. Some have a steeper learning curve compared to others. Let's break down the four main ones that I care about, starting with Python. Python is great for beginners, easy to read, it's used for data, web applications, AI, and even more. Next up, JavaScript. It runs in every web browser, perfect for making websites interactive. And last but not least, Java or C#. These are solid choices for big applications or jobs at big companies. If you don't know where you want to take your career, I will personally just start with Python. It's the simplest, most versatile, and easy to learn, so stick with that. Next, we have to actually set up our development environment. Remember, I said I chose Python. So after choosing Python, I would download Python from the official website listed here. Next, I would download an IDE to actually write my Python code in. IDEs, or integrated development environments, are very helpful for you to write your code. And don't worry, they're completely free for you to install and download and save. So with using Python, I would download PyCharm or VS Code from their official websites. After finally downloading all my requirements and having my IDE set up, I'll make sure that it actually works properly. Moving on to running our first line of code. With development, it's important to start the basics first. You are not gonna build a multi-million-dollar application on your first day. So I would start with the basics. I'd focus on variables, data types, conditionals, loops, and functions. For this, if you have the financial resources, you can get some affordable courses, or here on YouTube, there's plenty of free tutorials to learn how to code. But make sure you're starting with the basics that I just mentioned. Next, after watching these tutorials to teach you about the fundamentals of code, I would myself actually start writing code. Start by simply doing the hello world exercise that everybody does. Make sure you can print hello world to your console or your screen. After that, I'd create things like a simple calculator app where I'm adding two numbers, I can subtract numbers, divide them, multiply, and so on. Now I'll try to first do it on my own to practice what I learned in the tutorials. Next, you can build a little interactive program that guesses a number where maybe it takes user input, and if it matches the magic number stored in your system, then it prints they win. Else it prints, please try again. These are all very simple exercises for you to start with, but you'll get more familiar with writing code and start gaining your confidence. Next, this is very important in today's AI-driven world, learn how to Google an AI prompt. One of the most important skills in software development and programming is not memorizing everything, it's knowing how to get the answers for any questions that you have. If, while doing your simple programs or tutorials, if I get stuck or have any questions, I would first search everything on Google. I will look up how to do X in Python or how to do Y in Python. I'd search error messages. Then, if Google doesn't have my answer, I would ask AI agents and tools like ChatGPT. Learning how to interact with these AI agents and tools and learning models becomes very important for your learning curve and journey. You're not going to memorize everything, especially when you have resources that have a library of knowledge at your disposal. But make sure you're not dependent on these tools for everything, because in a job interview, these tools aren't there to help you. So make sure you still have all the fundamental concepts down packed on your own. And make sure you're understanding the concepts, not memorizing them, because there's a big difference between those two things. If I memorize 1 plus 1 equals 2 and 2 plus 1 equals 3, I can only solve for those two actions, 1 plus 1 equals 2 and 2 plus 1 equals 3. But what happens if I see 1 plus 2? I memorized 2 plus 1, so seeing it switched, I may get a little confused. But if I understand the concept of 2 items plus 1 item equals 3 items, no matter how I see it, if I understand that concept, I can solve that problem. Quick break. If you're enjoying the video so far, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you need help on your software testing or development journey, check out my website, thetestinglead.com. I have books and courses to help you along your way. Now, back to the video. Next up, I will build small applications, kind of for more experience, and slowly building up for resume items. I'll have a list in the description box of small applications that you can build up on your own. The next important topic is learning about version control systems. Deep dive into tutorials about Git and GitHub, because in the real world, it's not just you writing code by yourself. You have to know how to interact and write code with other developers on your team, whether you're a software tester or developer. This is a necessity. And from here, I will try to join communities of like-minded people on Reddit, Discord, Twitter, and so on, that you could bounce ideas off of and just see other people who are on this journey with you. Just make sure in these groups, there aren't a bunch of just negative people being down and telling you to quit. Try to find a positive tribe or group for you to grow with. Now, let's talk about a realistic timeline for you and your learning journey. Of course, people have different learning styles, learning speeds, and different time commitments. This is just a rough guide for you to follow. Week 1 to 2, learn the basics. Choosing your first language, setting up your environment, learning about variables, data types, conditionals, loops, and functions, and practicing with very small problems. Weeks 3 and 4, practice and mini projects. Continue small exercises on websites like FreeCodeCamp, build mini projects, and get comfortable with debugging. Week 5, learn Git and GitHub. Learn basic version control commands, create a GitHub account, and push mini project code to GitHub. Week 6 through 8, build a real project. Choose a small project idea you're excited about, break it down into parts, practice problem solving, and add the project to your GitHub portfolio. Then, month 3 and on, join some communities, continue to build projects, and explore topics and advanced frameworks for your language. Like I started with, I think everybody in any tech field should learn how to code. I know it may be challenging or seem scary at first, but once you get started and start building momentum, it does become easier down the road. If you liked this video, next up, YouTube thinks you should watch this one up here or this one down here. And more importantly, don't forget this, learn something new today.